Hello, everyone. Oops, I forgot to put myself on solo camera. How are all of you today? I don't have any lipstick on. But then again, I don't have makeup much there. If this, I will introduce myself properly. I apologize. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures, where we get up to all kinds of beady shenanigans. We have fun. We try different jewelry techniques and go outside of jewelry once in a while. So, if this is the first time you're seeing me in that little corner of the World Wide Web known as YouTube, I hope that you will find this video informative and entertaining enough that you will want to hit that like button, subscribe, and change the notification bell to all so that you never miss another release of one of my videos. Also, those of you who are return members, love you. If you guys could also hit the thumbs up, the like button, I'd really appreciate it. And if any of you guys have something you would like to say about tonight's designs, or about designs maybe you or techniques you want me to try in the future, go ahead and leave me a comment. I love reading those, you guys. So I'm going to be completely upfront with you. I'm on a completely different medication that I just started yesterday, and I'm not quite sure how I like it. So I'm trying to get used to it, but it's been kind of a rough couple of days. So, but I wanted to get up and come in here. Hi, Barbara, and Kim. So I'm a little bit shaky, but I'll be okay. I have some really fun ideas that I want to try tonight that I think you guys will really like and appreciate. And if one doesn't work, then I have some men's designs involving, leather and knotting. Not that anybody here likes leather or knotting, right, Kim? So maybe we will do a women's design and then we'll move on into a men's design. So my idea is that I'm going to use some memory wire and some 2-hole beads, and I have 2 different options. I have some peach freshwater pearls that are double drilled, and I have some of the mother of pearl that are 2-hole beads that I thought I would do it. And basically what I want to do is I want to make a cuff that is 2 strands that come together as one at the end, either with chain or jump ring. I did buy some of the bead-along ends, which I didn't go ahead and finish the last bracelet because I forgot to do so before we said goodbye on Monday morning. So I can show that, or maybe I will wait until Friday morning because Mary really wanted to see how I ended it, and she's probably sleeping, I would imagine. She usually is ready for bed at about the time that Roseanne is done. So, okay, let's go ahead and go down to the mat. And I don't know what the heck I just did, but oops. There we go, switcheroony. Okay, so as I said, I have 2 mother of pearl large hole beads. I know these lights are ridiculously bright, you guys. I found some light bulbs that will go with them that I will be able to, they have a remote involved with it. So then I can adjust the lights. Kind of sucks because we just bought 2 sets of the lights we have. And they'll be good for like if I ever take things on the road or whatever. but the new bulbs fit into the existing light boxes. We just have to, the remotes go to the light bulb themselves. So we will have to go back there. I just got some rounds I'm sending back. Too weird. Oh, what do you mean by too weird? You just didn't like the finish of them? If you need some 2.5, if you need a recommendation, Kim, let me know and I can send you a link. Okay, anyways, because I have these little ends and they're not like, the holes aren't like ridiculously small, and I'm guessing that's because this is supposed to work on all of their memory wire, and some of it is flat. Well, maybe we won't be able to use that. We could glue it and then turn a loop on both, or just turn a loop on both and then have those loops go into a chain or a jump ring or a clasp, whatever it is we want. So if that's not going to work, we will just take that out of the running and go on to how we need to do it. So I'm going to start. I will tell you, like I said on Monday morning, I'm normally a bargain hunter. 2x2, like crimp beads. No, the thing that sucks is that these light bulbs, guys, they were just past the 30-day return window. So we can't even return the ones that are still sitting in a box, but it's all right. Oh, really? I like theirs. Those are the ones that I use. I do know that some of theirs are too long. Some of them have little bits that are like come off of them. I complained about the size 1 on Monday for that exact same thing. So you wanted the, okay, so I can send you a link for what I use. Okay, as I was saying, I normally am the biggest bargain hunter and want to save money wherever I can, and I could have gotten coils of 4 different colors longer than this amount that I got, though this is quite a good amount. I'm not saying it's not a lot. These are the medium ones. This coil wasn't quite as big, but they are silver plated, and they're more forgiving than, we'll just say, generic memory wire, in that I can turn a loop easier. I can do a hybrid link or loop if I want to with the Beading memory wire, but it still has really good stretch back and everything else. So I like it. I'm only going to do simple loops right now because I don't, well, I'm just going to rotate this and make a loop. I'm only going to do this right now because I'm not sure how we're going to finish that up. And I don't like the look of that loop. Why did it? It all of a sudden got a weird like corner on it that I don't like. Okay. Okay. And I always like to roll just past where the other loop began if I'm just going to turn a loop, which is what I'm going to do on both of these. Okay. Then we can put, I might cut those off because I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this off, but I know that I want, that one would be on the outside, and then the one that has the loop on the other end. Okay, I thought I did something wrong for a moment, but I didn't. I just had it backwards. Okay. So I'm going to start by putting this on as if this is where the cuff is going to end. If we were to decide to bring it together like this, either with chain, a jump loop, whatever else. But if it works out good, I may want to go back and bead the other side down. So that's all I'm saying. So I want to keep it very simple. I'm going to use some mother of pearl rounds. And I want to use some of the faceted cube ones. Sorry, okay, I needed to see that right now. So put that right there where I can see it. My little mother of pearl crosses. I put some mother of pearl in with my itty bitty 2.5 millimeter mother of pearl. So that's all I was doing, was getting that out of our way. It should be in a different container. It's all right. Alrighty then. So I need to decide what I'm going to do in between. So am I going to just do the spinel and the mother of pearl? If I am just doing the mother of pearl, do I want to use multiple sizes? I have teardrops. I have rice of all different shapes and sizes. I have the 2 beads. I don't think these would go onto the memory wire all that great unless they were right at the end, which could work out being kind of cool because it's the same width as these 2 whole beads. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Georgina. Glad to see you. So I just have to decide like what the look. I could do it with like just these really simple, pretty pink seed beads, which could be really pretty with that mother of pearl. I don't know. Should we pivot and just do this instead of the black spinel and just call it like a bridesmaid's bracelet? And then that way, if you're the kind of bride that let the bridesmaids choose their colors, obviously that all coordinate together, they could each have a different bracelet based on the color, or this could be the mother-in-law or mother piece, whichever. So do we go with the pink beads? Or do we go with the black spinel and keep it like, and crystals? I do also have the Preciosa 4 millimeter bicones. So, oh, they do fit on the memory wire. The 2 whole ones fit on the memory wire. Great, it's already on there. This is 2 different strands or 2 different cuts of memory wire that they're already thread. Or are you talking about the seed beads? You're probably talking about the seed beads. Let me see. These are 22 gauge wire. They fit. Here's what I would say. I think I would, if we decide to go this way, I think I would take these off and put them on at the end, just because that would be really hard to strand seed beads onto. So we would do the design and then just add this on to either end when we were finished. So you like the bit of color. Okay. Well, then we are going to go ahead and take off this part, and we will keep that out. And actually, this cross, some of the crosses that came on this strand were kind of curved. So I'm going to go back and look at the strands that Bernie still has left. And if he has some that curve, I will probably get them so that they will go onto the memory wire. Somebody else used one they got from me in that way. So I'm trying to think who it was. But okay, so let's start with the pink, and we're just going to, let's do 3 because I know that they say it's odd numbers are, oh my goodness, are easier to, like, people like them more. I don't know if that's why I like them, but okay. And then I think I want to put the crystals, and then we'll see how that goes. Crystal. I'm trying to decide if I want to grab daisy spacers or not. Because I could just put a daisy spacer right here and then put a mother of pearl on, or I could use these Delica galvanized silver beads and like a little bead cap, and would probably just go up in size as far as the mother of pearl goes. Let me see what I can grab that's right here. If it's not right here, I'm not going to get it. There's silver bead caps. Just talking about. I do not see Delicas of any time. Okay, I also have those same crystals in bicones that are 10 millimeter and that we could like put in the center, which I think could be really pretty. Oh, please say that my Terra Rose 60 beads are right here. They're not. That would have been pretty. Okay. Let's try a bead cap. The galvanized, a bead cap, mother of pearl, so on and so forth until we decide on the pattern. Alrighty, so now we would put one of these on. And a bead cap. I have some 3 millimeter rounds that I could also use, but yes. Hi, Brandy. Okay. Yeah, there are some. I know that because I've had them before. So yeah, if you have any. I still didn't even go back yet and read all of what you guys decided as far as travel the other morning or the other night, last Sunday night. Okay, do I want 4? Let's start with 4. And we can go up. I wish I had these bicones in 6. I probably do somewhere. I just don't know where that somewhere is. So I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. And my silver daisy spacers. I have just some little silver beads that we could use. I also have pearl seed beads, but what would be the point of doing that if I was going to put it on? This was like the beachy theme. I would totally use wood instead of this, which I may do. I love you, but don't be mad at me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch everything. And yeah, it was. I know that you guys didn't really get to see what it was that I was doing, but it's okay because if it means that we planned a little beady get together, I'm very excited about it. Oh, by the way, this chain, Beadalon still has this in stainless steel and antique bronze. And I think they're calling it the triple loop because the design is done with 3 ovals and then it just keeps repeating. And the really good thing about this is I have a Machina chain. I haven't used it yet because it's so difficult to like cut off just the right piece and then you're like, oh goodness, wait, no, now I have to cut that out to make it look. These ones are unsoldered. If the opening was in the middle, I probably would have bought some just to take apart. So I'd have some stainless steel oval jump rings because they're beautiful. But oh no, I'm not upset at all, Cindy. I'm excited. It didn't bother me at all. I'm excited. You guys and my hubby planned a little get together, and that makes me very, very happy. Okay. If we're gonna go beach, we're gonna go beach. Which means we're pulling out the wood beads, and pulling out Amazonite. Because I think this will be really pretty with those things. If I had gold memory wire, I would probably be leaning the other way, but I kind of think that I will like the wood and the silver mother of the wood as being on either side of the mother of pearl. I'm going to start with 4. We'll probably do 2. We'll probably do like 3. Nope. Those are not my tiny wood beads. Just had the tiny wood beads seconds ago. Plus, I like when you guys chat and get caught up. If you see what the finished design was at the end and you rewatch it, hey, that's more views for me. So don't worry about that in the least. Okay, why do I keep hitting a brick wall with this design? I don't know. Maybe that's just because we're not supposed to be doing this tonight. So we're going to pivot off of the memory wire and we're going to go to leather. I will do this. I just need to work out. It's one that I have to work out the design ahead of time. It's too fiddly to not be sure of the design to do it live. So I will figure out the design and either do a recorded video or we will do this on Friday morning, one or the other. I don't want to sit here and fight with a design just to like not be happy with it at the end. So, and I happen to know that these cherry blossom agate generally fit on leather. So that would be I'm pretty sure they fit on leather. We just have to pick if we want the more like, no, we want the pretty flowery. Okay, this is 1.5 inch. It does indeed go on 1.5 inch. And I would bet that it even goes on 2 millimeter. Oh, I got caught up right in the middle on that one. Same with this one, but it's letting it go by. So see, so I obviously don't want to strip the leather, but if you ream this out a little bit, you'd be good to go. So if you bought any of this cherry blossom agate from me know that these go on to 2mm leather, 1.5mm leather, easily 2mm. You might just have to go with your bead reamer for a second or two just to get that, because they're drilled this way. So they start drilling on one side and then they go to the other side and drill. And sometimes the middle part doesn't get as drilled as it needs to be, but yes. I got them on Amazon and they are bead-alongs. It's a variety pack. So it has the corrugated like metal melon or pumpkin, whatever you want to call it. They have the silver stardust, and then they have a 3 and a 4mm silver ball. So in this, you can find other ones that are decorative, or you can glue any bead you want at the very end and make that the end of your bracelet. You don't necessarily have to have those. It's so easy, you guys. And I'm gonna tell you again that you should get it because, and I'm gonna show you which one. I just had it up because I was going to use it. Where did I put it? Okay, you're gonna want to get the Gorilla Glue that has the blue cap. I've shown it the last couple of videos, guys, because it truly is the best thing I've ever used, especially if you're doing videos or whatnot. I can take off I can put the glue on the end of C-Lon or B-Lon or whatever else, and it comes off easily, very easily, and dries like that. It's literally seconds. Oh, here it is. So it's this Gorilla Glue. It comes with the blue lid, so it's Impact Touch formula. And like I said, it dries so fast. So it works out really, really well. They have, if you want like a more movable like GS Hypo, I would go for the gray lid. If it's something that needs to really, really hold, get the green lid, that is the gel. It also dries fast, just not as fast as this. But if it's a piece that I'm going to sell or whatever else, I may go ahead and use the green over this, although this works good. Gorilla Glue is my go-to glue no matter what. It's the wood glue we buy. It's the everything we buy. So they good. Do they fit? Good. Were those glue-ons? Yes, those were glue-on bead-ins. But like I said, here, I want to show you guys just so you can see how quickly this happens. Kimberly, you're not going to believe what I found. I might just wait and surprise you with it. Never mind. Never mind, never mind. Okay, I need to do this. I thought of it because the color of the bicone here is it's like greens and pinks, just like Unikite. Okay. So all I ever do, I should just go ahead and cut this off. I know I need to make a bracelet with this, so it's not like I'm being wasteful. I was going to do this anyways. Okay, so I like to keep my glues facing down because they are thicker. I really hope you guys can see this well. Okay, so I will just turn my glue upside down. And as soon as I see it coming out, I just do the tiniest bit at the end, and even that's a little bit too much. And you guys know that I'm allergic to adhesive. So I have to be really careful when I work with glue. That's the reason for the new medicine. The other one, even though we were using the Weebly stand spot, thank you. Even though it was managing my pain, the adhesive, it was not good. I've broken out all over my arms, my back, my chest from it. So I only wait a second or two, and then I kind of just go in with my thumbnail. And then I'm just going to set that down, just like that for a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I love Cherry Blossom Agate. It's one of my favorites. It will be perfect with these large hole pearls that I have right here. Not that all of them are large hole pearls, but these are the most perfect blush pink beads I've ever seen. I absolutely adore them. I maybe up against the white. Yeah, there you can see. They're just like the perfect blush pink. It's a company out of California that sells on Amazon, and I like to get my large hole pearls from them because they're very good quality. Sometimes it's hard to find large hole pearls that look nice as well as have the larger hole in it. That's a peach one. But they do, like in these large holes, they do the white, pink, and purple. Where's your mom? I believe they're large pearls right here. Okay. So we will just use those and these pretty blush pink pearls. I didn't touch it, I promise. Rosanna has family here, so they're actually getting a hotel this time. Normally they stay with one of her sisters, but they just want to have more, I don't know, they want to enjoy the visit, but also have freedom to come and go without feeling guilty because they're staying somewhere. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to knot this or not. Oh, this is the 2mm. Does it fit on any of that? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So, if you need a really good bead reader, I'm going to tell you to get, okay, let's not drop the whole bit. Go to 7. I recommend getting a rotary or like a mini Dremel. They work great. I get like drill bits and stuff from Amazon or even Temu. This is a small plot. And it just gives you more freedom when it comes to beads. If your beads aren't fitting properly or whatever else, or you need to drill them and you need something to hold it in place. This one's a little big. Well, let me see. Yeah, that one's too big. That's what I thought. Should I have left the small collat on now that I see this? Yes, I should have. Isn't that always the way? You go through everything to switch it, just to find that the one that was already in there is the one that'll work on the drill bit that you pulled out. And you don't necessarily have to like drill it. You can also, I have several like bead reamer tools like I can also use with this. Like this one right here. The only thing is that you have to go quite a bit of the way down to get it all to where it's the thickest part of it. So I kind of go back and forth about using that. Sometimes I just prefer to use the drill because it's faster. Okay, stop twisting. And yes, this would work better if it was underwater. It would go faster, it would work better. It kind of like that's what I was afraid of. It's like right. I pulled it out on accident. Go to the other side now. Wait, this is the other side. I was like, where did it go? Okay, and see now how the drill bit goes all the way through without any problem at all. Now it should go on the 2mm leather better, which I prefer because this is kind of a chunky focal to put on to a piece like this on like 1.5mm leather. Don't you dare, sir. I just fixed it. There we go. Okay, so now we have our centerpiece. It's only 37 minutes into the video. I apologize. I've done that too. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I have a hard time with it. But I want to show you guys. Oh, I pulled it off. It was almost completely dry too. Dang it, Heather, why'd you do that? I have to redo it now. But because I got impatient. Now I'm looking for some little silver spacers that will go well with this. It's okay though. Wednesday is supposed to be like, more chill, whatnot, so it's good. Hello, Leah. Nope. It's okay. I know that. Mom, I just want to alternate between the blush pearls. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. I could just knot this as is, and it would be a beautiful bracelet, just like that. Obviously, with the pearl on the other side, too. Ah. As you guys can see that the rotary really does open up more avenues for you in a very short amount of time. So I was still like teaching. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do I just knot it there and like let the simplicity of it be what it is? Or do I keep going and put and alternate between the cream and the pink beads for a couple of times? We could also put it. Okay, that's what I thought too, Kim. I'm so glad you think so as well. I hope everybody else did too, because I think that's where we're going with this. I just think I really did plan on using both pearls, but I like the simplistic elegance of just the focal, the spacer, and a pearl. Okay. Yeah, that's so pretty. And like it's not like in your face large. It does make a statement, but not like a crazy one. So let's find my knotting tool, make sure that this is centered before I do the knot real quick so I know where I need to go. I have way too much leather, but that's okay. Well, not after I do my knots. So 11, so 5.5. It's exactly in half right now. We're at 4.5 on that side. Yes. Okay. So we're going to take our barrel. I have a hard time calling it a barrel knot too, because you guys aren't going to be able to find it that way. It's a tube bead, and you can get these straight or curved. Kelly Sutton coined them as barrel knot tubes and the curved ones and such, but you can't find them that way. Just know that, like, I got my bachelor's through Kelly's Bead Boutique University on, YouTube. And I love her dearly. I just want you guys, I'm not like trying to say she shouldn't have done that. I'm just saying, like, I want you to be able to find it. And I may have started way too low. Leather. See if I can walk it up there. I promise I'll show it slower the next time. Yeah. Okay, so what you do, squeeze everything out of the way so Pixie doesn't freak out about where he should be pointing. Okay, and I want you to be able to see as well. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side now. We're going to take our barrel knot and put it, I like to put it more underneath the bead so that when you wrap it, you're closer to the bead and you don't have to walk it up like I just did on the other side. But so you're just going to take the leather and you're going to go under and around, come around a second time. You're going to go towards your left hand or your right hand if you're left-handed. And then you can do as many loops as you like. The standard is typically 3 loops. I prefer a double loop, and I'll show you why in just a second. But first, I'm just going to stick my leather in through the tube bead like so. I'm going to hold on to the knot and pull the tube off. And I'm going to slowly tighten the knot, but you don't want to hold on it real hard, and have your leather be tight because it won't sit comfortably. Okay, I gotta turn this over because this is the reason I like the double knot. Like the triple knot, one side has those 2 nice rows or whatever you want to call them of leather that looks very neat. On the other side, you get these crisscrosses. And I love the crisscross, both for women's and men's designs. I just like the way that it looks versus that. I feel like this gives it more texture, and I like the way that it looks. Okay, there are a couple ways that we can finish these off. You can finish them off with silicone O beads that I have no idea where they're at right now, nor are these sides long enough. So you either need to wrap them and create a loop, or you can use cord ends. I just got them in the mail, the silver ones. Where did you put them, Heather? Oh, I literally just got them in the mail. Ooh, the donut beads would have been pretty too if they fit on, but we can do another one. It's not a problem. I literally just got them in the mail. There are the abalone teardrops that came in the same package. Oh, are these them? Yep. Okay. So you get cord ends of any shape or size that they have. I like these ones, and I buy a variety pack. I do want to find some more feminine looking ones. Not that this doesn't look good for a women's bracelet. Don't misunderstand, because they're very nice. Either way, I'm just saying that, like, someone needs to come up with some like fancy ones that are pretty, that have, yeah, just that are obviously feminine. I don't know why I dumped those all out, but these came in multiple sizes, all the way from 1 millimeter up to 3 millimeter, I believe. So I got 1, 1.5, 2. I don't know if there's 2.5 in there or not. And 3. Let me see. No, it might just be 1, 2, and 3. So when using these, all you need to do, first I'm going to snip this, and we need to decide where our end is going to be before I go putting something on there. Okay, so here's the ruler. I'm going to scooch it down so we're at the beginning. Let me see if I can change the camera settings so you can see better. Thanks. Can I just mirror my image? Oh no, I want to unmirror my image. There we go. Okay. Woohoo! I did that on live. I didn't know that was possible, but I'm so happy I tried it. Okay, so here's our bracelet. We're going to go ahead and put it on the ruler so we can figure out the length of it. Then we will also use our bracelet mandrel, because the length isn't all you have to take into consideration. You also need to take into consideration the inside circumference of the bracelet itself. I have a feeling that I've cut this almost perfectly, but we need to make sure that both sides are in the same spot. So, because yeah, I tied this down way too low. Is that even going to give me enough room on this side? It really doesn't. Okay, I hope you, in case you've never done barrel knots, I'm going to show you the easiest way to undo them so I can fix these knots. All you do is take your bottom. This is why you don't want to pull really strong, because then you have to use nails, and it's just, if you see me and you think I'm using my nail, I'm using it to move it, not to hold on to it. So you just pull down the first two until you can pull it out. Like so. You'll end up with a little pretzel doodad. And that's how you undo a barrel knot. Let's do the same on the other side, because I put way too much space over here. How are you, Rosanna? We had to pivot, but we're using some beautiful cherry blossom agate and some absolutely stunning blush pink beads. You would love these, Rosanna. I might need to send you the link. See, I like the blush pink. They're the prettiest pink pearls I've ever seen. I've never found ones that look the same. Okay, so I have 10.5. So this needs to be like right there. That gives me 5 inches on that side. No, I need to go to 4.5 on both sides. Right. Switch it over just a little bit. And then I'm going to put a clip right here so that my beads don't move down and I'll know where to go. So is this still the same? So let's see. 4.5. And the pearl. Yes. Okay. So here we go again. I'm going to stick my bead under, or my tube bead underneath the beads that I want the knot to sit up against. We're going to go around once, and then you're going to go around twice toward your left hand. You do not want this loop over here. Also, you don't ever want to go in through the bottom of the tube. You want to go through up closest to the bead. Otherwise, your knot will fail. You're going to push your leather through. Hold on to your knot while you remove the tube bead. Get it up into place, like so. Just like that. Then we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to go once, twice. As I said, you can go 3 times, you know. If you're a Lionel Richie fan and you prefer to wrap your barrel knots to the one of his songs, the once, twice, 3 times, my lady, go for it. Before you tighten it up, it's a good idea to get your knot looking the same, especially if you do the 2-sided one. So, because I like the crisscross, I need to make sure the other side has the straight lines on it before I finish pulling it tight and into place. And you can see there's still space and it can move, well, as much as this big of a focal can move. And then I will have, come on, stay where you go. And then now we should have even wire. We do. Okay. So this is measuring right at 7.5 inches. I'm probably going to end up just putting the cords on directly where they are. Because as you just saw, this isn't going to bend around the bracelet mandrel as much. On here, we're right at 6.5. So we'll put these on and then we'll attach our clasp and we'll be good and ready to go. So even if you're doing leather necklaces, you always want to track the inside circumference. So now you're just going to put your little cord on. You want to make sure that your loops match. Whichever side, let me see. I'm going to glue these with GS Hypo after we're done. So, okay, you just want to put this on until you just start to see that peeking up. And I even have a little bit of an angle, which I don't want. And if you like my, I don't find it necessary on this kind of bracelet, but if you wanted to do where you tan the leather using your thread burner, you can. I'm okay with this because nobody's going to be looking in the bottom. So I'm trying to get toward it so you can just see it. Oops. Even there, it looks like it's popped out just a little bit, right like that. Then you're going to grab some thinner pliers. So these are my flat nose. I want to make sure I have this flat. Okay, and I'm going to come in between the two and I'm going to give it a squish. Then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to squish it again from the side. You do not want to over squish this. Otherwise, this middle piece right here will break and separate from these, which can cause it to cut your leather. So you don't want that. Then for the other one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pop it in just till we see the top, just below. It kind of reminds me of like looking in a well. Make sure that our loops are going the right way, same way as the other ones. Grab our pliers, squish, go on the other side, squish again. There are people that like to glue these as well before they squish them, which is totally personal preference. I haven't had any of my bracelets that I make with these fail, so I don't see the need to do that. But again, it's personal preference. That's the great thing about making your own jewelry, is that you get to be the one that figures that kind of stuff out and decides, do I want that on? Do I not want it on? So on and so forth. So now I just need jump rings and a clasp, which I only need like a small clasp. I might even do it toggle. I have any of my toggles right here. It doesn't look like I do. Okay. And no, I have not gone ahead and bought my lobster claws yet. I don't know why I haven't. I just haven't. Here we go. Let me see. These are some vintage Swarovski. I know I'm saying that wrong. Crystal toggles. They're really pretty. So, and because I like the whole hard, soft, feminine, more rugged of the leather with the pearls, then putting a Swarovski toggle on the end will be really pretty. So I'll just attach that end over there, and then I will put, there's a couple of different like little toggle ends. Some of them are just like more plain with a little teeny bit of a crystal right there, which is probably which one I'm going to use. Yeah, that's the one I want to use. Okay, we will put on this pretty little toggle because this cord end will not like cause it to where it's gonna create an issue fitting through. Hello, jump rings. Where are you? Right here. Okay. And putting the toggle on, I'll give this a little bit more room, as would a lobster claw would have done the same thing. I'm not saying like you would have had that extra space no matter what. Up that jump ring. Put the toggle on the other side. The crystals on this are just like clear AB. So it'll go up. The other class all had a little bit more color to them than this did. Is the bracelet heavy enough for a toggle? It is. Because because of the focal bead. It's more pendant size, so it's an 1.25 inches all by itself. So it will clasp quite nicely. It's more than heavy enough for a toggle. So with our toggle on, we'll stick it on the mandrel. With the toggle, we're at 7.25 inch, which is good. I would want this to have a little bit more space. That way, it's not pulled tight down to where you see the leather in between the beads. So I would want it to be a little bit looser for that purpose. And this is Swarovski. You can see I came on. Oh, my jump ring. See, it wasn't the toggle. It was my jump ring that I didn't close all the way, apparently. I should probably use a stronger one than that. Anyways. You know what? I'm going to take advantage of, if I can find it now, of this. And I'm going to sneak a couple of the links off of this. Off of this chain to use to attach our toggle. Just need to. They're right here, so they're very strong. So it's a better option than the little silver ones. There we go. That'll be better. Like I said, if these are cheap enough, this chain is cheap enough that if you wanted, I mean, obviously they're not going to have the same security as a traditional oval would, because the loop is, or the cut is at the end and not in the middle, but they're really strong. So there we go. We have that. These up. And then we'll go ahead and I still want to do a pretty little memory wire bracelet. I will do the double strand. I will figure it out, the pattern ahead of time. I will get all of that done. This one is the smaller. This is the medium size. So this would be good for, you know, people like Beth, whose wrist is so like, gotta. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. I made a leather bracelet with cherry blossom agate, some large hole blush pink pearls, silver plated little spacer, and we called it there. It was originally going to be like multiple knots, but then I got this on and said, that's beautiful just as it is. Everybody agreed. So that's how we got from the memory wire to this, but that's okay because we can do the memory wire now. You know what? Here we go. What time is it? 6:05. Okay, if we keep this one really simple and just use the crystals, these double hole pearls, and maybe some of the galvanized silver little crib beads, we can strand on these peachy pink double drilled freshwater pearls and still do the double strand, but not the way I had originally intended to do it, which, like I just said, I will get it figured out. Okay. So there's that, and then we can just do, right here. I'm like, where did the crystals go? And these little silver spacers. And if we just keep it simple with just the pearl, the very simple spacer, and then the Preciosa crystal. Oops. Back to the silver. And then strand on the next pearl. I will tell you the drill holes on these are a little bit wonky at times, so you just have to like I didn't want to do that. There we go. See? What do you think? I think it's just so pretty. So pretty. So simple. I mean, it's a bit fiddly with the memory wire and doing the double strand, but beyond that, put on both. Yep. I can put a crystal on both. Yes, these are the beginning. Okay, now I've got it figured out. Sorry about that. Like I said, it's a very simple pattern, but it's a little fiddly because we're doing 2 strands. And some of the drill holes are a little wonky, but it's very simple. And then I wish I knew. I can get 2 strands through the bigger Preciosa bicone. We could make that the center. It will go on both strands. We may have figured it out. Look at that. Things weren't working the first time around. We pivoted with the leather necklace bracelet. And now this one's coming together quite nicely. If this one will go. No, that one doesn't want to play. That's fine. We'll put another one on. That is, you guys like that? What do you think?
Gorgeous.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Their eyes have been open for 2 or 3 days now. They're starting to toddle around. The mom is great. Aw.
Said yes.
Oh, let's see. Okay.
Show the two girls.
Sure. Yes, they're freshwater pearls, Cindy.
There you go.
They're just double drilled. Oh no, my goodness. It's on my belly. Yes, they want to say hello to you. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? I love that they like stick the very end of their little tongue out. So this is one of the girls. She's like, you woke me up, ma'am. You woke me up. The puppy or my beautiful or my bracelet or both. Or, oh, you don't want to be on the back? Oh, are we going to be a diva? Do you need the front camera pulled up? Huh? Are we going to be a little diva? Oh. She won't look at the camera. She said, nope. You're so sweetie. Her coloring is gorgeous, though. So pretty. Mwah. And then there's a little boy that's this. You want to go to the little boy?
You want the little boy?
Sure. What? You gonna be spunky? Huh? You gonna be spunky? You didn't want to go under the camera? Okay. This is the little boy. He doesn't have as much black on his face as the little girl does. They still have the tuxedo markings, which is white that goes down in kind of a V. You can see his coloring's lighter. Oh, look at you. What? You going Superman? You gonna show him? No? Can you show him wiggle, wiggle, wiggle? Mwah. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All righty. Yeah, beautiful. Kim, I can bring you one in August. Ugh. Okay. Where did I put down my bracelet? Right here. I was like, oh crap. Yes. I don't want this to come under. Okay, there we go. We are at the pearls, so now we need to do the silver. I'm excited that the 10 millimeter Preciosa will go in the middle. Will go on both strands because I think that will just be stunning to have that right in the center. Very reminiscent of, wedding jewelry, prom jewelry, whichever. I will tell you that double drilled pearls are not a cheap date. I bought these and I have been hoarding them for almost 2 years now, but this is the time to use them because they're going to look beautiful on this bracelet. Oh, come on, don't be fussy. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Like I said, it's a bit fiddly, but it's doable, and I think the finished product will be gorgeous. Yeah, the mama is purebred Shih Tzu, and the dad is a Maltipoo. The Maltipoos actually sell better than Shih Tzus because people get scared because of their like eyes and breathing issues. Whereas when you breed it with a multi-poo, it elongates the snout and sets the eyes further back into the skull, which helps not like get rid of the issue, but it helps because they've got a longer nose and stuff. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this halfway on the bracelet or if I want to like put the larger bicone on after the next pearl and then cap this and do chain for the back, or just put a crimp on the pearl and crimp that so that it stays in place and just have this for the top of the wrist. Thoughts, opinions? Yeah. They're lining up well enough. There, like I said, there are some that I don't know how they drilled these. Like this side looks absolutely perfect. But then the other side, when you like roll it over, it's not quite as straight of a drill as the other side. It's hard to do it. The pearls are slippery because they have nice luster. So don't you start falling off. We had some beads escape. That's what it's fine. I'll fix it. I'm just trying to decide. The full length. We'll just do some of the silver. Yeah. I saw that you fell off. But I'm trying to figure out in my mind, like, how best to pull it together. And I'm wondering if I wouldn't almost need to bend the memory wire in a little bit so that it would go in easier and then bend it back out at the other end. That's so pretty, though. I love it. It would be much easier to do stringing because stringing is obviously going to be more forgiving than the memory wire will be. I don't know, it might be better strung than on memory wire. Because the drill holes aren't all perfect, it's causing a lot of tension on the memory wire. Thoughts? Anybody have an idea? You're wanting to see how it would work on this. Okay. Alrighty. First off, I need to get these lined up with each other because that's why beads are slipping off. See, what I think is that I'm going to have to obviously put some spacers in place, and I'm curious to see if just putting a few of the spacers in a row would let me pull together the memory wire So I'm going to put 3 on each side of the memory wire. And then see what that looks like when I slide the 10 millimeter bicone on. Yes, it's getting. Yeah, I don't know that that's going to work on memory wire. Dang it, I thought I figured it out. Because see, the beads are pulling in and out just fine. But then I would also have to get it to go back out on the other side. So that's not going to work. Dang it. We might just string this, guys. It would be pretty just like this. Just leaving just the pearls, the crystals, and the silver spacers would be really pretty. And I have enough of the pearls to do it strung as well as on memory wire. So let's go ahead and keep going with this pattern until we get to a point where we like it. I'm thinking probably all the way across the wrist and just over this part. And that's either where we're going to pull it together and put chain on it, or we're going to use a jump ring to hold it together and connect it to the clasp. But if you could find these in multiple like different colors, especially if you could get them in the colors that your bridesmaids are wearing, this would be a very pretty like bridesmaids gift. Just like saying, thanks for standing up with me. My daughter wants, she has her maid of honor and then her mena, her bridesmen, which will be her brothers. So. We already like see Jason, but yes, you really like it just like that. That does more harm than good. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Kimberly. That's why I'm pretty good at pivoting. If you haven't seen, and I'm not like trying to talk myself up, we pivoted from a multi-strand memory wire bracelet to a leather bracelet, and now we're going back to the double strand memory wire. I am still going to figure out one with the mother of pearl 2-hole beads. No, I'm not going to be using the ones I said I had for you, Rosanna. You're just set aside. She has an idea in mind and needs more of the double drilled mother of pearl little rectangles. So I think you said you needed 2 more, right? My own daughter did need. Oh wait, what? Right? That would be so pretty. You said, I'm just Kim. Oh. What did she not know until you were 40? Or until she was 40? I missed something. Yeah, if I could find them in like a sage green, the peach, the pink, even just some ivory ones for the, and I say ivory on purpose because obviously you don't want to wear white, that's the bride's. But, and I am being picky when I go through here. Like if the holes on it aren't nice on both sides, those, like, see this one? Holes like doesn't line up at all. So, come on. That's another funky one. Keep it out of the dish. That one's pulling the wires together. There we go. When it fits, it fits. When it doesn't, obviously, but. That would also be a stunning earring. Like, would that not be a showstopper hoop earring? Or if you turned it into like a teardrop? Scooch these down just a little bit until we decide what length, like how much we're going to beat it. I got these from Sam's bead shop, so it's not like something you can go back. And like I said, they weren't a cheap date, so I wish the holes were drilled better. But when you just put them on like thin silk thread, it's not as apparent that the drill holes don't match up. Oh, I forgot to put the spacers on. Yeah, no, I had never seen them either. So I bought them and I had planned to get more, but then had issues with the drill hole, and I think they were like $34 for the strand. And I wasn't willing to pay $34 for a strand that had hole issues. So yeah. I'm sorry there are storms going on. Leah, where are you again? Aren't you in on the East Coast? We might need to add you in on the little bead outing they planned on Saturday. Leah is a hoot to talk to on video chat. Her and I just go back and forth. We crack jokes. She If you don't know her, get to know her because you will never regret having her as a friend. She's amazing. She has turned my mood around when it's been bad more times in the short little time I've known her. And it's like I've known her my whole life. I don't understand how I got through life before I met her. I promise you guys, she's someone that's worth getting to know beyond just like chatting it up in the comments on someone's video. Oh my God. Kim's hosting, but she doesn't know when it is. Okay, well, we'll finish it up. Oh, don't cry. I love you. She is one cool chick. Now you got me all tearing up, Leah, just from you saying that. But she really is, you guys. And she needs to finish getting her bead ready. Of course you know where. It's at your house, Kim. I would hope you would know where. Oh my goodness. Ooh, if you could find like a double hole like watch face, this would definitely be a fancy one. I'm just trying to move the pearls down, which is getting a little bit harder the further I go. So we might have to end this off soon and then just finish it off with either chain or jump ring. So let's go ahead and put the last pearl on because it's getting, I'd rather end it and have it to where it looks really nice than to force more beads on and make the crystals or whatever. Or you just straighten out the memory wire like this and everything slides down fine. Still though. Okay, that would fit about the top of the wrist. Regardless the size of your wrist. So do we finish it and just go around? You could also, I didn't think of this, you could have also like in between somewhere here, you could have done like 3 silver spacers and then you could have like attached a charm in that area of the bracelet. But look at the elegant sparkle of this. I'll take a picture so that you guys can see it better. But I like it. I need to put the ends off here so that nothing falls off. I'm going to go ahead and do just a few more because it'd be cool if I could get it all the way around. Because, okay. I'm a little surprised that it's the pearls that are giving an issue. I thought the crystals would be harder to string on here. But even the 10 millimeter went on. It just didn't work. I don't know how it happened, but I got like, stay up there. I don't, this one side is shorter than the other. I want to just put a few more of the pattern on, or maybe just this one. I'm gonna have to make this the last pearl, I think. It's no longer like sliding easily. So that's it. Not right now. I'm almost busy. I will hold you in just a second. I'm gonna kink my memory wire. Okay. I think that's calling it good. Okay, now how are we going to end this off? I would almost that's such a pretty cuff, you guys. Okay. I think I'm gonna loop it off. And then we can decide like how we're gonna do the rest. So I need to cut this shorter because obviously I don't need this much metal on either side. I'm gonna leave about it's 12 millimeters or half an inch. That will give me enough time to turn my loop. I am going to go ahead and use my 6-step veil making pliers so that the loop size matches on all of these. So I'm just going to roll it up till we get to the pearl. I don't want to get too tight. I just barely went over one time. Do it this way. Just like so. Then we will do it on the other side as well. Make sure all of the beads are where they're supposed to be. They are. So right there. And those scraps will be the perfect length for a pair of earrings. Okay, take my round visor. I don't know why that came out that way. Part of my loop is sticking out, which I don't like because. Okay. I need to do it on this side. Oh, wrong barrel, Heather. Okay, straighten out my loops on this side. They look perfect on the other side. This side's just being a little difficult, but it's okay. All right, so if we just put a large jump ring through here and then attach chain on both ends, like maybe use an oval jump ring to bring what?
When you were doing all your stuff with your 6 value.
Oh, I'm
Come on,
sorry,
guys.
guys. I was just,
Well,
was-
just because Isabel likes to learn, so.
yeah. I'm sorry, guys. All I was doing was using my number 1 barrel and turning the loops, and I used this looper over my round nose so that they would all be the same size. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get those light bulbs so that I don't like that you guys can't see as clearly. But even if So right now, this is how it sits on the wrist, and this is the underside. So all of this is going to be chain. So I have some. Where did the spool go? Because it was just on my desk. Babe, did you move my chain? Dang it. I have plenty of chain to pick from. There's a spool of chain that I love. That would have been really pretty with this. Where did I put it? It's probably right in front of me and I'm just not seeing it. And is it?
Yeah,
It is indeed.
that's what I was coming to tell you. I put it on your chain holder.
I knew someone had moved it.
Well, I put it on the chain holder.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just makes me know I'm not exactly as crazy as I thought I was. Okay, this will be pretty because we can actually do two chains to the clasp, which will look beautiful. So go ahead and cut. Probably let's start with 2 inches because I think that will be the perfect length. And then we will put the chain on. I would normally prefer like straight, but I'll still be able to get this because we'll need 4 cuts like this. So it's easier to cut if you have it hanging next to each other rather than counting out every. Oh my goodness. Will you please stop being a pill? We don't need that one on. It's already been measured. Okay. So I can tell that that's the length I need to cut right there. Let me make sure that lines up with the chain that just fell on the mat for the 50th time. Okay, is one of them too long or is one of them too short? One of them is too short. I will save that for something else. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, same length. Okay, one more. And then we will attach and finish this off. And even if we have to cut some length off of this chain, I save all of my chain scraps. I've cut them off. I've cut them one length at a time to make spacers. I've always, okay, this last one has an extra length. Did not realize that these pliers are monetized, are magnetized, which is what's causing me outgrowth. Okay. Now we need some. Just got some little. I don't want to use those itty bitty ones because they came open, and that's the last thing I need, especially on a bracelet that's already fiddly. Those are not covers, not at all what I thought they were when I grabbed them. Let's see if I can't. If I can do it, I'd rather just have it attached directly to the memory wire if that's possible. It may not be. It feels like it would be on this side. That's suitable. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I need like 3mm though. I want really small, but very strong loops. So no, Heather, that won't work. I was gonna try to cut them out of memory wire, but my cutters, that won't work. Here I have this silver plated wire from Beading. I will just do some little. Okay, we're gonna start out with some littles. So I just spiraled some wire. I'm gonna cut the flush, the first loop. I'm gonna cut it off, leaving that end flush. And then I'm gonna go to the next link with the flush cut being on the other side. It's gonna fall down. We're gonna cut the loop flush again. Move, cut a loop, put it down, cut this loop or that piece flush again. Go to the back. Knowing how to make your own findings is it's freeing you as a designer because you don't have to worry about, oh, that doesn't match the wire I've been using. It doesn't match this. It's too big. It's too small. If you can make your own findings, much like right now, I don't know where my regular, like really thick ones are, but I also want something small to attach the chain with. So I have one left that I can actually cut. I'm just gonna cut that one flush there. I'm gonna cut off that last little piece so I don't waste anything. Wait, what? What did Linda say? I have all of my gemstone, like all of my broken gemstone pendants or whatever that I've gotten. I have them all in a container as well because I figured if I ever got around to playing with resin, it would be cool to have all the broken gemstones to like put in and kind of like impression Jasper, how they take little bits of this and that and turn it into stone. That's kind of what my thought process was. Okay. There we go. We have one piece of chain on. Ha ha ha. The count. I'm gonna finish by 7 now. Did not feel great. I think it might be easier to put the chain on first rather than trying to loop it first. Okay, other side. It is indeed easier to do it after it's on. Or before it goes on, I mean. Does anybody know how to demagnetize something after it's been magnetized? I've already bought like 2 little tools off of Amazon that claim to be like that they would demagnetize stuff. They didn't work at all. I was very upset. So I was like, are you kidding me? But it didn't work. It was like a little yellow tube that was supposed to have something that kept it from would, like, if you touched your tool to it, it would demagnetize it. It did not work. I do not use class or magnify or the magnet class because it magnetic. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry. Okay, so we have those. We can bring the chain together into a larger jump ring. I cannot wait for this desk to be turned where it needs to go so that I have everything right at my hand without having to look for it, other than like turning around to look for something in the I have a gazillion jumpers. It's not like this is something that yes, I'm making my own, right? Which is fine. That's what we'll do. I just need the jump rings to be a little bit bigger, and then I will make a hook that will attach everything all together. I just put that here. Okay, so I want these to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to the second step. Oops, nope. You want to make sure that your first loop is at the top and then the subsequent loops are underneath. I'm not going to do it straight now. Like I said, you guys, they put me on this new medication and it's helping with my pain, but it's causing like other stuff that I don't know. And it's not an opiate, which is good. Mm. That's good. We're gonna grab this. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments. I'll catch up in just a second. I just want to bring this chain together. And then I will grab. Should I put this smaller? Let me see where this chain is gonna end up actually. I don't want the chain to be like functional. I want it to be part of the design. I'm sorry I hit the camera. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna have to cut a little bit off of them because right now it's too much chain. I don't need to cut off a lot. I just need to cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I cut 8. But if I just line these up, that will work too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I will take that. And join the two ends together. Mm-hmm. I cannot get this to go on because my hands are so shaky right now. That's one of the things. But they said it would calm down after a few days, so I'm giving it a go. Okay. Okay, other side, cut off 8 lengths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that one gets cut right there. The bigger ones. I don't know why I keep picking up my needle nose pliers. I need the strength of the wider nose ones right now because it has a wider nose, so it's easier to get into or to hold on to it. And I'm doing all the fidgeting. I'm excited because Rosanna's coming to see her family. And she's also coming to see me. And I'm excited about it. Okay. Now I just need to create a hook. Got it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm just gonna cut, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches. Yeah, 5 inches. I'm going to fold it over onto itself like so. Then I'm going to grab my crimpers. I don't know what happened to my Xeron crimpers. Those were the ones I normally use. Those are not crimpers, Heather. But if you stick the end into the little divots on a crimp tube or a crimper, it's a lot easier to line up your ends and get them next to each other and completely folded like that so that there's not any space in between that. And then all I'm going to do is like this. I'm going to turn a loop right here. And then I'm going to, when I get ready to wrap that, I'm going to hold these two together so they don't crisscross while I'm wrapping around here. And we're going to wrap once. Wait, why are you moving? Okay, there we go. We're going to cut off this end, this extra bit right here from the other wire. Then We can go ahead and do one more wrap. Like so. We're going to cut off the excess here, which is hold it down a little bit, just like so. And then I'm just going to make a little hook. It'll probably be a very long hook now that I'm looking at this. Yeah, I could have done away with like half of the length of this. But yeah, this one is going to be way too long for this bracelet, but it will be very pretty for a necklace or a bracelet in the future. It was just way too much for this little bracelet. It's my fault. I could put it on, but then it would be really, really long. So I really like the way that this turned out. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with the way that the leather bracelet turned out. It's very nice. They're really nice next to each other even. See, that's the kind of stuff I like. The crystals and pearls next to the leather, and somehow it just works. It's very pretty, but good night, Isabel. Alrighty. Well, that's where we're going to leave it. I will figure this out and let you guys know on Friday morning. If I have a lobster clasp, it's the perfect length. And then this, I would just put a lobster claw on one side and it would connect in to the other side. So, like I said, I will figure out the other the mother of pearl double strand that I want to do. Once I get the pattern done, we'll go with it. And we won't be dealing with like wonky little drill heads. Sorry, completely off camera. But there we go. Okay. We got 2 designs done. I missed a bunch of the chat, and I apologize for that. It was something that was taking all of my attention in order to get it done, but we're good now. I hope that I wasn't offering too much so that you could learn how to do it. Okay, Cindy, not a problem. Yes, I can actually do it right now if you want me to. So you're just going to take a piece of wire, not 5 inches this time. So I'm going to cut it at 3.5 inches. Cut that flush. And get everything out of the way so the camera's not trying to figure out where it's supposed to be focusing. It will know. Okay. So when you do this, you want to fold it not quite in half. So you're going to want a little bit more space on this side because that's where we're going to put our loop. You're just going to fold it over the end of your pliers, just like that, to where you have that. Now, usually people will do this with flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers. I don't like doing that because sometimes it buckles and then they're not next to each other, they're on top of each other. So by using your crimper, you can go in and squeeze it all the way closed, and you can even go down to help the rest of it close up. And I think even this might be too long for my hook, so I'm going to cut some off on this side. because it doesn't need to be quite that long. Okay, and then this side, I'm gonna do a 90-degree angle with just below where this ends. Then you're going to take your pliers. So my round nose pliers, I'm going to use the first step of my pliers. I'm going to go up, over, down, go horizontal with my desk and pull it out just like that. I'm actually going to leave it on this time. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it while also trying to be mindful and not have this actually. So I'm going to hold that loop real quick and I'm going to wrap around this so that the loop doesn't come off. Just like so. Then you're going to cut what's left right here. And then you can center your loop over the top of the reps. Like so. Straighten that out so that it is. Okay, then you're going to put this on your bell making pliers and you're just going to make a loop or you're going to make like a little hook. So I'm going to put it right above where that wrap ends and I'm going to wrap around. And this one is indeed little, but it's okay. And you can kind of squish it and move it until it's right for you. And then I like to take the very end of it in some like small round nose pliers. And I'm just going to curl up the end just like that. All while being mindful that these need to be next to each other. Just like so. And then you have your little hook. And then you could put it on your piece of jewelry. Like so. I'm not 100% happy with this hook, but it's getting late. I have not eaten dinner. Dang it. The one side of the hook came out. Cindy, I will do up a tutorial on this specifically when I'm not so jumpy and shaky. So that I can show you properly how to make that hook. It's one of my favorite clasps. I use it all the time and I want you to be able to see how I do it properly. So I will do it again slower when I have more control over my hands. So thank you guys all for showing up. Love you. It is time for bed here too. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Dream tight. And as always, until next time, happy beading.